Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5. And today has a lot of wonderful things that are happening in today's video, but then also some sad parts of today's video. Let's start with the happy and the good parts. First and foremost, we are racing for a championship. We're headed to Phoenix for 41 laps to try to win a title. And there's only 4 drivers in the field that can say that, and we're one of them. So we'll start with that. That is the best part of this. The second thing is I'm going to be testing a different type of setup. A little bit different, not wholesale changes, but a little bit different. Some tweaks here and there that I'm combining together to see if we can get a little bit more speed out of this car. Because one of the negatives of today's video is that the AI at Phoenix are really good compared to me. Now, I'm sure some of you can handle them easily. Me, not necessarily so much. So it is a struggle, and that gives me even more reason to want to work on the setup, to work on my driving style, and to continually try to make increases in my speed, the longevity of the car, and so on. So some new changes here, and I'm hoping it's going to give us some more speed. We'll see how things go on the longer run. Again, 40 laps is about half of a full fuel run, so it's not necessarily a long run, but we're going to see exactly what we can do. Also, do we pit or do we not pit? It's a short race. Maybe we can pit after the first stage and still have enough laps to get back to the front if we have the speed. Who knows? There are a lot of options out there, and we'll just have to take it as it comes in the race, see how the flow of the race goes. Now, another negative or a sad thing about today's video is this will be our last race in the number 48 of Jimmie Johnson. And yes, for the rest of my life, the 48 car will be Jimmie Johnson's car. And for this entire season, I wanted to try out joining a team and just to see how that would go and how it would feel to me as we're running the races. And I must admit, it has not felt like I was driving my car. The 48 car has felt like I was subbing for Jimmie Johnson the entire season. So I'm very much looking forward to starting our own team and going that direction, which is much more familiar to me because those of you who have been with the channel for a while know that's what I focus on in career mode. So this has been an interesting distraction, an interesting experience to see what it was like not having to do all of the different things that are required when you run your own team. But ultimately, I want to get back to running our own team. So starting next season in the Cup Series, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. But today's race, Phoenix, 41 laps. It's a very short race, just like if you were running 40 laps at Bristol or Martinsville. It will go by in the blink of an eye, but it's going to be tons of fun regardless of where we finish because we're going to go hard and see what we've got. All right, folks, here we go. It is race time at the championship finale in Phoenix. 4 drivers remaining with a shot at the title, and we are one of them. Now, I do not even know who the other 3 drivers are, which might sound a little weird, but my focus here is entirely on us and what we can do, how the car is handling, and what I can do to make up as many positions as possible. So I literally have no idea who the other 3 drivers are. What I do know is we're starting in the 9th position. We'll be on the inside lane, and I plan on using the inside groove and the apron at both ends of the track a lot.
Green.
All right, so we're getting a good start on the AI here, but we'll see how that goes.
Outside.
So again, 9th position, not bad.
Careful, still there.
You can see I'm right up against that wall coming off or going into the corner of 3 and 4. I am very close to it. In fact, that is sort of a mark that I'm aiming for.
Inside. Clear low, bud.
Which might sound a little weird.
Top 3.
Not aiming for it as in to hit it, but it's the mark I'm looking for on corner entry when I'm going to use that extreme bottom.
Inside. Low's clear.
All right, he just told me both were clear, and yeah, the 12 is there. Not sure if he's paying attention or what's going on, but our spotter's got some issues right now. Perhaps we need to check his glasses, because we were not clear. Now we are clear. But yeah, I plan on getting down to that apron quite a bit during today's race.
5 laps to go.
5 laps to go. Man, we just got started. 8 laps here will go by in a hurry.
Inside.
All right, so right now I'm really trying to save the tires, but that's just, wow, that was just tight. Like really tight.
Careful, still there.
All right, I want to get back down to the bottom. I do not want to be in the outside lane. But right now, I must say, I'm pretty happy with this start for us. Because it is not uncommon for me to find myself between 10th and 15th or even further back at this track.
Still there.
So the fact that we are inside the top 5 right now is making me very happy.
Wow, that's fast.
All right, he's telling me, wow, that's fast. It didn't feel fast, that's for sure. Don't know what the lap times are because I'm not paying attention to that right now. All that matters to me is how fast we are versus the AI. We just need to be faster than these guys, whatever speed that is.
2 to go.
All right, 2 more laps to go. See Denny Hamlin slipping and sliding a little bit there in 3 and 4. But remember, we're not going to be making a pit stop in all likelihood, so we've got to take care of our stuff here early on. It's a short race, but we still need to take care of it.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Get that left front down on the apron a little bit. That can help to turn the car by de-wedging it. So, all right, so as we finish up stage number 1, we're in the top 5, and these guys up front have not run away from me.
That'll earn you a
They're
few
still
stage
right
points.
there. So if they can drop off maybe a little bit more than us, or if we can find a little bit more, meaning changing my driving around a little bit, we should be in good shape. All right, so we'll not be pitting. The tires haven't fallen off much, if any, at this point. So pitting really wouldn't get us a whole lot. And anything we did
All right,
manage
now,
to gain,
keep
we
hard out
would
there. Going
lose
good.
as we were
Be
trying to
ready
come
here.
through the field. All right, once again, strong start.
Careful, still
So
there.
we're going to try to get what we can get here on the start.
Car outside, hold your line.
You can see the 19 is really good down there.
Still there. Still there inside.
42, come
All
on
right,
now.
Halfway this lap.
Oh, look out. Little contact from both sides.
Hold your line there.
42, I'm not sure what you're
Outside,
doing.
outside.
He drove that in there way too deep for where he was and the angle he had. So the good
Stay on the
news
bottom
is we survived. The bad news is we almost didn't.
All clear. Hold your line, got one inside. Careful, still there.
All right, 13 laps here in stage 2. So again, I'm going to try to drop back down to the inside lane here. Do not want to be up in that outside groove for too long. I just can't run it. Not with any kind of speed.
Careful, still there.
All right, trying out the 6 here. I would love nothing more than to be able to get by him. However, it's not the end of the world if we can't, because it would put us on the inside starting stage 3, which is definitely, based on the restarts we get, is not a bad idea. And for those of you wondering, now I imagine a lot of you already know who the other 3 cars are running for the championship, but I'm pretty sure the 19 is one of them. I don't know that for sure because, again, I didn't look. But, and it's been a few days since I've recorded the last video for this series, so I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure he's one of them. And also, I'm pretty sure that the 6 is not, because I remember when he was down there with me, searching for points. So right now I'm trying to run some nice smooth laps, trying to save the tires, because right now I'm sitting here in third. We got no pressure from behind, and I really like that. And I'm just basically trying to see what I've got compared to these guys in front. Now the 6 I really don't care about. My focus is on the 19, if anything. Because I'm about 99.9% sure that the 6 car is not part of the championship 4. So he can go and do whatever he wants to do. Because all we care about are the other guys in the championship fight. Now, for those of you who watch the setup videos as well as the gameplay, you guys know that I talk a lot about my biggest problem driving the car is that I charge the corner too hard. Sometimes my brain just clicks off and I overcharge the corner. I get way too aggressive, so I'm trying to throttle that back right now. So right now the car is too tight on entry based on the way I'm driving it, so I got to adjust for that. So right now I'm sort of just letting those guys go up front, because I know we don't have that many laps to go, and I'm trying to find my own pace, and I have the luxury of doing that because we don't have anybody behind us that's really pushing us hard. Not yet anyway. If I keep running slow laps they will be, but for right now we don't have any issues. And for those of you looking for data on how you can get better in a situation like this, by all means, pull up the tire data. Look at your tire temperatures. Look at the wear between the right front and the right rear. That will give you tons of information. I'm not doing that because I really want to do this race by feel. I want to have to feel what the car is doing or not doing. But if I were doing this as a test race for setup purposes, then I would already have that screen would have been up from lap 1. So that I could see the data and see how it trends from the beginning of the run through the end of a fuel run. Alright, so once again, we got plenty of room behind us, and we're not going to catch those guys in a lap, so
all right, let's go. White flag.
we're just going to cruise our way through this final lap. All right, so there you have it, third place. Again, I'm astonished right now. I mean, I have run so many times at this track in 10th place, 15th place, or worse. So here we are in the top 5, now in the top 3. You can see the right rear tire is wearing more than the right front. That is no surprise. I kind of figured that was going to happen. We will not be pitting. We definitely, in 17 laps, don't have enough time to get from the back to the front. So we got what we got. And again, my focus is on this 19 at this point. Hopefully, I'm really hoping we can get by both of these guys in front of us here on the start and try to put a little gap.
You got room. You're clear there. Clear all around.
Try to put a little gap. Don't want to overdrive. All right, so I couldn't quite get by the 6, but remember, we're not terribly concerned about the 6. But I am concerned about the car that was behind him. Also not worried about the 24 car that's back there. But again, that certainly doesn't mean that I want any of these guys getting past us. Because naturally, just like any other race, we want to win the race. But that is also not the ultimate goal of today's race.
Hold your line. Got one outside. You got room. You're clear there.
All right, I can feel the back end starting to get really twitchy. And that's going to make it hard for me to keep these guys behind me. The question is, how hard am I going to have to work and how much am I going to have to use this car up trying to keep these guys behind me? Now, in real life, the 24 car would not want to mess with me like this. That's a teammate who is not running for the championship. We're down to, what, close to 10 laps to go in the race for a championship. The last thing he would want to do is put pressure on me, especially being a teammate. But right now, you watch him right there as he's trying to get to my inside. I'm trying to block him off as best I can because I feel like that if he came through and passed me, it would open up the floodgates, and that's what I don't want. So I'm trying to really block him pretty hard for as long as I can. Don't know how long that's going to be. But we're running out of laps, and I'm hoping that I can do it for at least long enough to finish this race off.
Hold your line, got one inside. All right.
Every time it tells me he's inside, I'm like, there's no room down there. Because I know the AI don't like to go beyond the yellow line and use that area down there like I'm doing right now. They don't like to do that.
Hold your line,
so when it tells me they're trying to get below me, and I'm only about a half groove off, that gets me really worried.
Got one peeking inside.
Don't do it. He did it. There you go. Good job, teammate. That's what I appreciate. That's what I really like about the AI.
Got a car coming inside now.
Oh, yep, there we go. Floodgates have been opened.
Got a car coming inside now.
And I'm not going to lie, that aggravates me to death.
Stay high up here. Still
because in order to make that move work, he had to move me. And had it been for a championship, that would have been one thing. But he is not running for one.
Stay high up
so,
here.
Anyway, well, at this point, I guess I'm just going to have to take my medicine. Our shot at the championship is gone at this point. Because if I'm a guessing man,
still there,
and at this point, I very much am,
inside,
that the number 4 car, oh, there's more contact. Not good. But I'm pretty sure that 4 car, as well as the 11, are probably in the 3 we're racing. And then, of course, we've also seen the 19 go by. So those are my guesses for the 3 that we're racing. But again, the AI teammate, oh, that's literally the worst it can get, is a teammate to move you like that with like 10 laps left in the race.
All right, you're clear there.
Because we had it. We had it. If he didn't stick his nose in there and move us, we had it. Oh, that is so close. But what it does for me is, because the frustration will last until about the end of this race. Then after that, I'll be thinking about how good the setup performed. It still needs some tweaks. It's too loose on exit as the run progresses. So we have nice early run speed, almost just qualifying type speed. But with some tweaks, I'm hoping I can save that right rear tire over a longer run. And that should help quite nicely. So there is a lot of good to this. Unfortunately, the good is not going to be a championship.
Two laps left. Stay calm.
Stay calm. He should have told me that several laps ago. Back when we got moved. That's when he needed to tell me that. Now it's too late for that now. All right, so this should be white flag, I believe. Is that right?
White flag.
Yes, indeed. White flag. Last lap of the season. And I must say, I am very happy with our season. Not going to end the way that it looked like it might a few laps ago, but we've gotten multiple wins, and we made it to the championship 4. So it's kind of hard to be sad about that. So 8th position in the race, which is not indicative of where we ran this race. Not bad overall. That is, in fact, I'm very happy. All right, let's see what happened with this. So Ryan Newman, William Byron. Okay, neither one of those are championship that I'm aware of. Brad Kay, Denny Hamlin, and Kevin Harvick. Those 3 could easily be the 3 I was racing. Truex, throw him in there. So are we going to get to see who won it? At least before we exit the game. And yeah, there you go. Oh, Brad Kay was the guy. Okay, so it wasn't the 19 after all. Very interesting. That was not my guess. Also, the 4 car is not in there. I would have definitely guessed he would have been one of them. So Brad Kay, then Denny Hamlin, who we know was 1 spot behind him, and then we a few more spots behind that, and then Kyle Busch definitely did not have the race he was looking for. So 3rd place in the championship, yeah, I'll take it. I will definitely take that. So as we finish up today's race, and the season in the 48, I have to call it a resounding success. Could have been a little better, a couple of spots better, in fact, but at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun, learned a lot today about this setup I was testing, and I hope you guys had as much fun as I have this season. So when we come back next time, we will be starting a new season with a new team and a new car, and we'll be building it from scratch. We got a lot of money to spend, and we want to get to the top as fast as humanly possible. So thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5.